Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your mini nail and SI pipes, triple filtered pipe dab of the day. Hello, everybody. I'm taking a real dab again today because the mini nail is doing its job. Hi, everybody. Today is Monday. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you enjoy today's video, please subscribe. Join the Senior Stoner family. Send a like my way, and I always reply to comments. Let's get started. Look before you leap. How many times have we heard that? Age old. And it's designed to slow down impulsive decisions. Well, guess what? It ain't so easy. What we have to do is we have to remember to ask the question, what needs immediate attention? If the answer is nothing, sleep on the decision. Because contrary to what your impulse urge may tell you, you're not going to miss out by waiting to decide or respond on something like that. And in the process of waiting, you get a deeper sense of clarity on decisions that would have otherwise been done already. You want to talk yourself through your process of decision making. Take the time to talk to yourself or others that are involved, stating your process out loud like I'm speaking to you right now. Try even sending a voicemail to yourself, because that thought process and decision, once you play it back, will help you decide, because you're reflecting and you're trying to get your conclusion. But if you take the time to look internally and speak to others, guess what you're going to have? Balanced information. Then you can trust your gut. And always follow your instincts and line up your allies who will trust your final decisions. Now, what you want to do is you always want to make sure you have a level-headed person to call. Think about it. Slumdog Millionaire. He's going for the billion rupees. But he had a lifeline. He had a call he could make. So if we're in a stressful situation that we can't finish and decide on, try to enlist a trusted compatriot, friend, family member, business person that you know. You can call, text, or email the situation to give you another perspective. And you must remember that you want to actively listen and reflect back on what you heard while you're making decisions. You see, slowing down your reaction time in this situation is better, because instead of acting impulsively, you're going to make a decision. You're going to discipline yourself, because it's going to impact you in a way that if you had a coach, a mentor, or a college professor, they would say, if you don't slow down, it can hurt you. Gut feelings are great, but you have to have a background of fact. Some things cannot be changed just by the qualitative nature of evidence. So you've got to consider what is real empirically and what can be changed. You see, there's always a why to behavior. So when you're aware of something, you don't have to just jump in. The deeper decision of why gets you off that autopilot to go boing in. And it talks to yourself about, what do you believe? What do you think? Maybe you can reframe the situation. Maybe you can become more aware so you don't have to jump in so quickly. You see, there's a term, stop, drop, and roll. Stop yourself by setting a deadline for making decisions. That's right. If you don't make a decision by this point, boom. Drop your immediate perception by investigating and researching all the facts. You might have had a perception that was totally wrong. And roll out your decision as a tentative decision to test the waters, test the concept. Because once you get past the original decision and have explored other facts, you might lead yourself to a different conclusion, a different way to move forward. Try standing under somebody else's reality first. That term simply means that we listen to gain perspective on situations through others' experiential lens. You don't have to touch that hot nail to know it's going to burn you, right? Right. We also want to remember that it's easy to jump into conclusions when you're under stress, when you're anxious. You can't see the forest through the trees. Breath, take a step back, look at the facts, look at the data, and if you can't answer that question, it's time to slow down even further and think through your next step. So, rather than looking and then leaping without any forethought at all, consider all the outcomes before you leap. When problems arise, instead of impulsively acting, take a moment to remind yourself maybe of your end goal and contemplate all the different potential outcomes that will set you there. And it can be tempting to act real quickly and deal with the issues efficiently, but it's more important to make a decision that won't set you down a bad path. That's the one that you got to watch out for. And finally, it takes time. Remember to trust that gut. Remember to play devil's advocate. Always challenge yourself before you let it out to the world. Brainstorm. Because in the heat of the moment, you can't do those things. You can't challenge the information in your own mind. So when you're faced with a dilemma, allow yourself time to come up with the conclusions that will eliminate the stress, not stress you out. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. I think it's critically important on how we can slow down our impulsive decisions and stop leaping before we look. We must find ways to take more time, be more considerate about the things we do. Consider things before we do them. Here goes our dab. It's been sitting at 425 the entire time I've been talking to you. That is what a real nail does. 427 actually. And this is our dab. Cheers, everybody. And what a dab it is. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you did, please. Send a like my way. I respond to all comments. It's been the Real Senior Stoner talking about we better not leap before we look. Cheers.